Funding for this series has been provided in part by the following. Horton Municipality. 62 degrees Nord. Kavaroy Arctic. Up Norway.
Det här var gott. It was amazing.
So simple, so good. It's probably something about me sitting out with you, Martin, in Finnmarksvidda as well, but this is actually really amazing. Hi and welcome to new Scandinavian cooking here from Kautokeino in Tromsø, Finnmark, Northern Norway. I am Christer Rødseth. It's late October and the winter has just arrived here in the far north. We are in the Arctic region on the vast plateau of Finnmarksvidda, where the reindeers in thousands roam freely now under the northern lights in the winter and in the summer under the midnight sun. This is so far away from everything that even my cell phone is not working as it's supposed to. But lucky for me, I'm not alone. Johan Martin and his family will guide me through some eventful days. They are modern custodians of the Sami tradition, herding reindeers. Many people think that the best produce in Northern Norway is fish, but I agree to disagree. Reindeer meat is my absolute favorite ingredient from the Arctic, and there will be several dishes in today's program. I start off my northern adventure with reindeer loin on a sourdough toast with cream mushrooms. And after a long day out in the highlands, I'll prepare a tomato braised reindeer shank with root vegetables and tarragon. I will also surprise my new friends and serve them a homemade reindeer sausage with a golden eye potato mash topped with a tasty green salsa. I think it's amazing. Let's see. For today's menu, I will follow the Sami culture and use different parts from the reindeer in my cooking. Now here in Kautokeino, behind me you can see Martajokka, which is a nice river. And now if I say sourdough bread toasted on the grill with some lovely cream mushroom, it's going to be mayonnaise with bone marrows, the loin of the reindeer of course, and on top some lovely crunch and French cheese. What do you say? I say lovely. So now let's start off with the mayonnaise. I got 1 egg, 2 teaspoons of lovely mustard, there's 1 clove of garlic, there's oil, there's parsley, and for the last ingredient, have a look here in the grill. I got grilled bone marrow. You can see they're all caramelized. I'm just gonna scrape out the marrow. Just use a knife like this. You see it's bubbling, look at that. As an alternative, you can use bone marrow from beef. Just into the mayonnaise. Get yourself a hand blender like this. Now, for your next trip to Kautokeino, make sure you bring your hand blender, otherwise you can't cook anything. And now we're gonna get some pans on, get some oil in. Now look in here, I got some beautiful chanterelles. They're gonna be pan fried, and of course you can see I got the fillet, beautiful loin of reindeer, some rosemary, thyme, and garlic. So now let's go to the pan and get this cooking. So let's get the beef cooking. I put the herbs in as well, thyme and rosemary, a clove of garlic, some more salt on, and some pepper. Now, while this is cooking, just take the moment, enjoy the nature, enjoy the silence, and just listen to the meat cooking. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, let's get some butter in, and let the butter caramelize. Let the butter get the flavor of the herbs and the garlic. While this is going, I'll get the mushrooms in with some salt, just a small pinch. Now let's Give this meat some love and magic. Now let the hot butter just almost like fry the herbs. Now let's get the meat on the cutting board and let it rest for a while. Like this. Put the garlic on as well. And this butter here now is not going to go to waste. This is circular economy on its best way. Use it in the mushrooms as well to get the meat flavor, to get the garlic flavor, to get the herb flavor in the mushrooms. I brought some sourdough bread, but now when the Samis are out on the highlands, they're actually bringing something called fjellbrød, mountain bread. It's quite sweet, but today it's all about the sour bread. So let's get some oil on. Just rub all the sides with the oil like this. And let's get them on the grill. And make sure, while you're cooking outside, make sure to take a breath and just enjoy, because it's beautiful. Straight onto the plate. Let's finish this off with a couple of tablespoons with the sour cream. Give this just a quick stir. And now we're gonna start plating this lovely dish. Nice big spoon of the bone marrow mayonnaise. I'm gonna put on the chanterelles. Let's get the meat on. A bit more salt on it. It's nice with some color, so I got some radish. And now, even though we are here in Northern Norway, I think it's nice to add a touch of France into the dish. So I brought some Comté cheese. A nice amount of cheese. It doesn't have to be Comté. It can be another hard cheese. Just get quite a bit on there. Of course, we have some potato chips on top, sprinkle on top. And to finish it off, just a tiny bit of cress. Get some color on. Now look at this beauty, huh? It's ready. Well, now it's time for me to sit down, eat this, save some energy, because now I'm going up to the highlands. You can find all our recipes at our website, newscancook.com. Johan Martin will soon take me to the vast plateau, but first he will provide the cuts for our cooking. And he introduces me to some traditional cutting techniques with respect for the animal that lived. Herding reindeer is a very sustainable food production. The reindeers eat scrubs and all kinds of herbs and mushrooms that grows on the highland. The animals roam freely under the northern lights here in the north. This is how reindeers are kept in Norway, and the result is very good meat quality. Rett fra sommerhøsten i Oslo til
Vinterland i Kautokeino.
Nei, det veldig fint da. Jeg glad på innsida, bare kaldt på utsida. We are far out on the plateau, about 25 miles, 40 kilometers north of Kautokeino. And it's good to have a guide and fixer when traveling light. Fun and fast with a snowmobile. Johan Martin has already set up a campfire for my cooking. Nice.
Hold tight.
For now, I'm gonna grill some lovely bone marrow. I have some lovely dry meat here. I got fjellbrød, which is like the sweet bread with lots of sugar and syrup in it. I got the coffee going on. This is gonna be amazing. I can promise you. So now I'm just gonna start off by putting these on. And you can see here as well, I got this whole bone. This is something they normally eat out here in Vidda. I'm just gonna grill this whole. So when the Samis are out in Vidda, they drink lots of coffee. Because they need coffee to stay warm. Traditional but modern way. I brought my V60, as you can see. There's something really special about sitting here out in Finnmarksvidda. It's only me, it's a campfire, and let's just listen. There's nothing, no sirens, no cities, just the sound of lovely nature. So I'm going to take my fjellbrød, mountain bread, cut a few slices. So this bread can actually last for weeks while the Samis are out on Finnmarksvidda and herding the reindeers, because this is so full of sugar that it doesn't mold even. It's just It's really hard, but when you grill it, it gets soft, beautiful, caramelized, just the way we love it. Just a quick touch on the grill. You can hear the sound of the bone marrows. That wants to be taken off the grill, it's done. So now the bread as well. So I got this bread as well, it's called lepja. It's a hard bread, almost like, looks like a pizza, almost. Just gonna break this up and just give it a small touch on the grill, just to get it heated up and it's gonna get soft as well. So now we're just gonna take a small knife, just cut it out. And it's so good, because you can just serve this with a tiny bit of salt, and it's done. Now, I know I talked lots about reindeers today, but if you don't have reindeer available, go to your local butcher and ask for bone marrow from beef. That is what is beautiful. It's much more in the bone as well. But I'm not sure if it can match the feeling I'm feeling now out here in Finnmarksvidda, because this is something special. I got some salt. So now I got the dry meat, I got some lepja bread, I have the fjell bread, mountain bread, with the bone marrow. It's time to get Johan Martin out and see if he likes this. So, Johan Martin! So I got some dry meat, of course. We have the lepja bread and we have the mountain bread with bone marrow. So, and the coffee, of course, made by me.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yes. Can I take some reindeer?
Yes, please do. So you're actually putting the reindeer fat in the coffee?
Yes. It's lots of proteins, and the coffee ain't the same then. It's
Okay.
like a Red Bull.
It's like Red Bull?
It's a power.
It's like Red Bull, it's not like Red Bull. Well, okay. Get yourself a sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Tack, tack.
Skål.
Skål.
Oh.
Mmm.
So nice. Wow.
It was amazing.
So simple, so good. It's probably something about me sitting out with you and Martin in Finnmarksvidda as well, but this is actually really amazing. So we have the dried heart, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Varsågod.
Och steak.
Salted and dried.
Oh. So nice. Well, it was nice with some food. I think it's time to maybe go drive some scooter, maybe?
With snowmobiles.
Snowmobiles. Oh.
Okay.
After a fresh hike far out on the plateau, it's time for the next dish. Braised reindeer shank. It has been cooking for 8 hours in the oven at 280 degrees Fahrenheit. It's 140 Celsius. It's perfect hiking food. Almost done when you get home again. So here now I have some braised, lovely reindeer shanks. Now they're just gonna stand here and just rest while I just finish off this whole dish with some lovely roasted vegetables. As well, I've taken the stock, I've reduced it, and I made a tomato concassé with some tarragon, which is gonna finish off the sauce. But first now, the vegetables. I have parsnip, I've got carrots in different colors, I got some yellow beets and some small onions. They're just gonna roast slowly here on the open fire with some butter and just a tiny bit of salt, and it's gonna be amazing. So I'm gonna start off with the parsnip. I'm gonna cut this in two and down to smaller pieces. Just cut it like rustic and just big pieces, doesn't matter. So you can see these small onions are just like whole like this, doesn't matter, just peel them and just straight into the pan. Same with the carrots, just down into pieces. The beets you can see I've already finished, just straight into the pan with the rest. So you can see I've placed the onions on the bottom of the pan, just make sure it gets like a bit more temperature than the other vegetables. So tiny bit of salt. Just a small click of butter in there as well. Tiny bit of oil. And now this can just stand here and just make sure you keep an eye on it. Don't leave it alone, but it can just stand there and just slowly cook and have the time of its life. So the Sami food culture, tell me, how has your life been with like Sami food and the traditional way of eating food?
It's very easy one. We boil it, everything.
Everything's boiled.
Mostly.
Yeah. So what would you like, if you're gonna take one piece of meat you would like to fry in a pan?
I will take smoked reindeer meat and make a good steak of it. Beef.
But like in Norway, we have Taco Friday. What do you have? Baidos Friday?
We have Baidos Friday, yes. That's one of the most popular food tradition in the Sami. It's been in generation.
I feel like you eat lots of protein. It's like, do you ever eat vegetables or no?
Never.
No. It's bad for you, probably. Yeah.
Not bad, but we don't. We haven't learned to beat it.
Reindeer tastes so beautiful. Why is that?
It's eating all sort of the plants the nature gives in different times of the years, and it's living in peaceful and in wildness.
So I guess you're hungry?
Yes.
Yes, let's cook
Smells
them.
delicious.
Cook up this shanks. So now the vegetables, you can see they are roasted lovely and they are absolutely beautiful. And in the pot here now, the reindeer shanks are still warm. And I'm just gonna put this on top like this. Just a pinch of salt. And now the sauce is finished. I've added the tomato concassé with the tarragon. So I'm just gonna take some spoons over the shanks like this. And this is gonna be so nice. And the sauce is just gonna go down into the pan when it's hot and warm and get caramelized with the vegetables. I think this is so cool, you know? Just look at this pan. Beautiful shanks, glazed, all the vegetable caramelized. Absolutely beautiful. Looks amazing. So I love the flavor of reindeer, and especially when you braise it like this as well. Because the shank is a really tender piece of meat as long as you treat it in a good way. So now I've braised this for 3 hours, which you should try, definitely. And make sure on the side with the garnish, they can't have too much power. It should be like sweet and just carefully just lifting the reindeer up. So
It tastes wildness.
it tastes wildness, yeah. It's actually, yeah, it does, yeah. Well, with this being said, it's more food to come.
Okay.
I'll cook some more for you, so just sit tight, enjoy the heat. I'll go out in the cold. For more inspiration, visit our website, newscancook.com. So now I'm full of information. I've learned so much about the Sami culture and as well the Sami food traditions. And now it's my turn again. We're gonna make a sausage in a non-traditional way with rosemary. It's gonna be spicy, so some baked garlic, and in the end, a salsa verde. So we're gonna start off by mincing the meat. I have here some meat from the leg of the reindeer with some beef fat. So we're just gonna add a bit of salt to it, because it's salt when you mince this now. So when you're making coarse sausages like this, you don't want to mix it too much. So it's really, really nice to actually mix the fat with the beef while you're grinding it, because then you're not going to work too much with it, and it's going to be much more juicy, and I can promise you, beautiful. So now we're just going to add the last ingredients before we start mixing it. So we have 1 egg white, some lovely roasted pepper and coriander seeds, and as well fennel seeds. It makes this beautiful aroma. I have as well rosé pepper, and you can see I just have this flour sieve. Just going to add a tiny bit in. And you just use your hands and you just press it like this, because then you can see the red, lovely flakes will come out. One final ingredient is garlic. This looks like a fresh garlic, but it's actually baked. When it's baked, it gets sweet and it's like more juicy and tender. It's not the hard garlic flavor. So just take 1 clove into the mince like that, and we're going to start mixing it up. It's really gentle, just to make sure we keep this nice texture. You can see these fat pearls going to stay in there. You're going to make it so juicy and beautiful. So now it's time to actually make the sausages. So now pay attention, because this is really important. So we put this together again, and putting on this last bit. Put the machine on and start feeding in your farce. It's quite cool. So a bit more. And now that's it. Just gonna take this off gently and just cut it off. So with this sausage, I'm going to actually serve potato puree made on golden eye potato, which is actually a potato from this region. It's Troms Finnmark. It's a quite big region, but it's from this region. It's loaded with quite a bit of butter and milk, mostly butter. Just add enough milk to make sure it's just like this. And as well, this sausage is going to be pan fried on medium-high heat. Get some oil in, some butter as well, just a small spoon. And today we're going to use rosemary. That's going to give this perfumed, like, rosemary flavor to the sausages. With the sausages now, you can see we have it all done. We're just going to roll it together like this. A rosemary stilk to make sure it holds together while it's cooking. Just put the whole thing in the pan. Make sure it's like nicely and like have this roasted color on one side before turning it on. And just going to take a couple of minutes because it's quite thin. While this is cooking, I'm going to make a salsa verde. Salsa verde is many things, but today I'm going to use celery. Just going to chop that up in some small dices into a bowl. Just take a nice pinch of parsley. I'm going to just cut it really, really rough because this is rough vinaigrette, so you don't have to be too nicely cut. Like that, in the bowl. And something else which I really, really love, especially with meat actually, is grilled lemons. You see this, you get this caramelized, beautiful flavor, which is going to give a nice touch to this vinaigrette. Just squeeze half a lemon in, and as well some shallots in there with it. Now you're going to just flick the sausage with a small spatula. It smells beautiful. You got your lovely herbs in the butter, and you're just going to make sure you just get it on the sausage. Make sure it sets the flavor. Tiny bit of butter into the puree, because it's just to get it like all greasy and really, really fluffy. We're going to use some olive oil just to finish off the vinaigrette after we need some lemon zest. So just use the zest of almost a whole lemon. Give it a nice little mix, and it's actually time to serve. The normal way to do it in the Sami culture is using blood and flour, but now it's something else. It's a bit more modern. We're going to get a nice big spoon of the potato puree. So full of fat, but it's so beautiful. Get it on. Tiny bit of this beautiful little salsa verde, like that. And just to finish it off, a tiny bit of rosemary on top. Get a nice one. Potato puree, you can see with the sausage, you have the salsa verde. I think it's amazing. Let's see. For recipes and more, visit our website, newscancook.com. Impressed?
Yes, it looks delicious.
It's a bit different from probably what you normally eat, but this is, I think you're gonna like it. With a small amount of potato puree and a lovely little small, you're laughing? It's a small amount, it's nice this. So inside is have lots of spices, it's garlic, it's lots of butter in it. Lots of butter, and they have the salsa verde, so hopefully you like this. I know it's a bit different from what you normally eat. So, leggevore is like, you're welcome, or start eat in Sami.
Orogito.
I've had worse.
Det var himmelsgott.
Himmels?
Dali vanjalka.
Thank you so much for welcoming me here up to Finnmark. It's been beautiful and really interesting days, I think.
Thanks for you coming.
For more of the new Scandinavian cooking experience, visit our website and social media. Funding for this series has been provided in part by the following: Horten Municipality, 62 Degrees Nord, Kavaroy Arctic, Up Norway,